Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are back with more Congressional donors. This will be part 25, and today we will be going through Davis through DeFazio. So let's jump into this. First person we're going to talk about today is Danny K. Davis. He is 78-year-old and represents the 7th District of Illinois. He is a Democrat, and he is serving his 12th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. He graduated with a BA from Arkansas A.M.N. College in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Graduated with an MS from Chicago State University in Chicago, Illinois. Graduated with a PhD from Union Institute in Cincinnati, Ohio. Was a clerk for Chicago, Illinois Post Office. Was a teacher in the Chicago, Illinois Public Schools. Was the executive director for the Greater Lawndale Conservation Commission. Was the director of training for the Martin Luther King Jr. Neighborhood Health Center. Was the executive director for Westside Health Center. Was alderman of Chicago, Illinois City Council. Was commissioner for Cook County, Illinois Board, and was a college professor. Had 2 unsuccessful candidacies for the U.S. House of Representatives before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. The only House committee we have him for is the Committee for Ways and Means. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, Sheet, Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Union. Of course, it's the union for those industries. They donated $10,100. Next is McDonald's Corporation, an American fast food company that is the world's largest restaurant chain by revenue. They are headquartered in Chicago, Illinois, and they donated $10,000. Next is AT&T Incorporated, an American multinational conglomerate holding company. It is the world's largest telecommunications company, and it is based in Dallas, Texas. It donated $8,000. Next is the National Multifamily Housing Council, a nonprofit organization that caters to create individual, organizational, and industrial success for the apartment industry. They donated $7,500. And last is the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, an organization that represents the interests of over 900 electrical cooperatives in the United States, and they are headquartered in Arlington, Virginia. They donated $7,000. Now his top 5 industry donors. At the top, insurance. They donated altogether $32,000. Next, public utility or electric utilities. They donated $27,001. Next, public sector unions, which altogether donated $23,500. Next, food and beverage, which altogether donated $22,500. And finally, securities and investment, which altogether donated $22,500. And once again, that was Danny K. Davis of Illinois. The next person we're going to talk about is Rodney Davis. He's 50-year-old, and he represents the 13th District of Illinois. He is a Republican, and he is serving his 4th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. He graduated with a B.A. from MILLIKIN University in Decatur, Illinois, was on the staff for Illinois Secretary of State, had an unsuccessful candidacy for the Illinois State House of Representatives, was a staff member for U.S. Representative John M. Shimkus of Illinois, had an unsuccessful candidacy for mayor of Taylorville, Illinois, before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. His House committees are the Committees on Agriculture, the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, and he is a ranking member of the Committee on Administration. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, Exelon Corp, an American Fortune 100 energy company that is headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. They donated $20,175. Next, McDonald's Corp, an American fast food company that is the world's largest restaurant chain by revenue, and it's headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. They donated $14,252. Next, Archer Daniels Midland, an American global food processing and commodities trading corporation. They are headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. They donated $13,150. Next is Hansen Professional Services, an engineering services provider that offers architecture, structural, site development, electrical, technology, design, build, energy modeling, commissioning, land acquisition, and environmental services. They are headquartered in Springfield, Illinois. They donated $12,075. And last is Airline Pilots Association, the largest pilot union in the world, representing 63,000 pilots from 35 U.S. and Canadian airlines, based in Washington, D.C. They donated $12,000. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, Leadership PACs, $209,100. Next, Agricultural Services and Products, altogether $107,075. Next, Insurance. They donated $106,575. Next, Retired. Good. Altogether, they donated $98,786. And finally, health professionals, who altogether donated $91,973. And that was Rodney Davis of Illinois. Next person we're going to talk about is Susan Davis. She is 76-year-old and represents the 53rd District of California. She is a Democrat and is serving her 10th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. But apparently she's already listed that she's going to retire at the end of the term, so. She graduated with a BA from the University of California in Berkeley, California. Graduated with a MSW from the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Was a member of the San Diego, California Board of Education. Was president of the San Diego, California Board of Education. Was executive director of the Aaron Price Fellows, was a member of the California State Assembly before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, her House committees are the Committee on Administration, the Committee on Armed Services, and the Committee on Education and the Workforce. Now, her top 5 individual donors. At the top, we have National Association of Letter Carriers, an American labor union representing non-rural letter carriers employed by the U.S. Postal Service. They donated $5,000. Next, Northrop Grumman, a global aerospace and defense technology company based in Falls Church, Virginia, one of the largest arms traders in the world. I wish so many people wouldn't be indebted to them. They donated $5,000. Next, Cubic Corporation, an American public corporation providing diversified systems and services to the transportation and defense markets worldwide, headquartered in San Diego, California. They donated $5,000. Next, the American Federation of Teachers, the second largest teachers union in America. They're based in Washington, D.C. They donated $5,000. And last is the American Association for Justice, formerly known as the Association of Trial Lawyers of America. It is a nonprofit advocacy and lobbying organization for plaintiffs' lawyers in the United States and is headquartered in Washington, D.C. They donated $5,000. Now, her top 5 industry donors. At the top, public sector unions, who altogether donated $13,000. Next, Defense Electronics, who altogether donated $9,500. Next, Defense Aerospace, who altogether donated $8,000. Next, Miscellaneous Defense, who altogether donated $7,500. And last, Lawyers and Law Firms, who altogether donated $7,010. And once again, that was Susan Davis of California. Next person we're going to talk about is Madeline Dean. She's 61-year-old and represents the 4th District of Pennsylvania. She is a Democrat and she is serving her first term in the U.S. House of Representatives. She attended Montgomery County College in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, then attended Fels Institute of Government at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She graduated with a BA from LaSalle University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Then graduated with a JD from Widener University, Delaware School of Law in Chester, Pennsylvania. Was a private practice lawyer, a faculty member at LaSalle University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a columnist, before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Her House committees are the Committee on Financial Services and the Committee on the Judiciary. Now, her top 5 individual donors. At the top, Comcast Corporation, a telecommunications company based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They donated $11,575. Next, Innosco Incorporated. They are a company that provides high precision machining of hard materials such as aluminous, sapphires, carbides, technical ceramics, and more. And they're based in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. They donated $11,100. Next is the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, the largest trade union for public employees in the United States. They donated $10,000. Next is Blue Cross Blue Shield, a confederation of 36 separate U.S. health insurance organizations and companies. They are headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. They donated $10,000. And last is Elect Democratic Women, a political action committee that supports Democratic women candidates for office. They donated $10,000. Now, her top 5 industry donors. At the top is insurance, which altogether donated $68,499. Next, securities and investment, which altogether donated $51,913. Next, lawyers and law firms, which altogether donated $47,458. Next, retired, good, which altogether donated $47,458. And last is Democratic Liberal Groups, which altogether donated $45,417. And once again, that was Madeline Dean of Pennsylvania. Last person we're going to talk about is Peter DeFazio. He's 73-year-old and represents the 4th District of Oregon. He is a Democrat, and he is serving his 17th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. That's a long time, 34 years. He graduated with a BA from Tufts University in Medford, Massachusetts. Graduated with an MA from the University of Oregon in Eugene, Oregon. Was a member of the U.S. Air Force Reserve. Thank you for your service. Was a staff member for U.S. Representative James Howard Weaver of Oregon. was a member of the Lane County, Oregon Board of Commissioners, was chair of the Lane County, Oregon Board of Commissioners, had an unsuccessful candidacy for the U.S. Senate before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. The only committee he's on in the House is the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, of which he is the chairman. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At the top, Ingram Industries, a manufacturing company that manufactures marine transportation and books. They are headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee. They donated $18,124. Next is Marine Engineers Beneficial Association, the oldest maritime trade union in the U.S., still currently in existence, and is a member of the AFL-CIO. They are headquartered in Washington, D.C. They donated $15,000. Next is HNTB Holdings, an American infrastructure design firm that was founded in 1914, and they are headquartered in Kansas City, Missouri. They donated $14,999. Next is Schneider National, a provider of truckload, intermodal, and logistics services that offers regional, long-haul, expedited, dedicated, bulk, intermodal, brokerage, cross-dock logistics, pull point distribution, supply chain management, and port logistics. They are headed in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They donated $13,500. And last is Delta Airlines, one of the world's largest airlines. And they're based in Atlanta, Georgia. They donated $13,005. Now, his top 5 industry donors. At the top, air transport, who altogether donated $143,636. Next, transportation unions, who altogether donated $124,734. Next, retired, good, who altogether donated $701,783. Next, lobbyists, who altogether donated $79,975. And last, building materials and equipment, which altogether donated $77,815. And once again, that was Peter DeFazio of Oregon. I will try to make sure I have the sources in the description below the video. But, as always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. Peter, killing me. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.